I would be wanting to bring back the atmosphere
energy.
there and try and promote that and bring back this terrorist environment.
Forget Man City and Arsenal. You've got to beat a curse. When a goalkeeper scores, is the bonus crazy? I didn't get a bonus.
Oh, no way.
Yes, guys, welcome back to How Long Ref from Sky Sports. I'm Andrew Mensah. I'm your host. Now, this is a football group chat come alive where me and my friends hang out and we talk everything about the beautiful game. Now, we've got 45 minutes on the clock, but you know these football chats get out of hand and get crazy, so we've brought in a ref to keep us in check and also keep us to time. Now, we've got two amazing guests. One of these guests is a friend of the show. He's been on before. He's one of my good friends in the industry, Moses Duckrell. How you doing, brother?
I'm all good, man. Thanks for having me back, man.
When you getting a trim? When you getting a trim?
Nah, don't worry about me, bro. I'm trying something. But hey, your jumper looks nice, though.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, the next guest, if I'm being real, I can't believe he's here. He's a keeper. He's absolutely massive. He's just about fitting in the chair. Played for AC Milan, 200 appearances in the Premier League. Now Everton's Asmir Begovic. The day you retire, you're going to be a permanent member here. I love that. All right, guys. So before we get into what we're talking about, we got to introduce the ref. Now, you guys might know as Stump Peg. We know as Nieve. How you doing, ref? You okay?
Yeah, good. All this loveliness, it ends now.
What?
See, ref, relax.
What? I thought we were friends here. I thought it was a friend show.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I have got a yellow and red card here.
Okay.
And if you bias or you go away from the topic, you talk over each other, then I might give you a yellow card. I might give you a red card if you're offensive, if you get personal, if you start swearing, and 2 yellows equal a red as well. And if you get a red card, you're out of the pod for 2 minutes. You're not allowed to speak.
A sin bin type of thing.
Asmir, have you been sent off in real life?
Falsely sent off once.
What do you mean falsely?
Yeah, for QPR last year. I got sent off. Went in a challenge with Patrick Bamford, pulled out. So no VR in the championship.
Oh,
He's given a
money
little
hasn't gone down there.
He's given a little dive. The referee sent me off, and then it got reversed the next day. So
What were like maybe a team where you thought, Rod, I'm actually here, and it's like mad, like I'm playing for this team.
So 2015 going to Chelsea was just a different world. That was a different step because I'd been at Portsmouth for 6.5 years, had a few loan spells, Stoke for 5.5, but this was a different level. This is now a global club. The expectation was to win every game, to win every trophy, and I hadn't really had that before. So I think going to Chelsea 2015 was like, yeah, this is massive, and I think it really took my game, and I think just everything about my profile and what I knew about the game to just a different level.
Yeah, and what was it? What took it? Is it the training? Is it the pressure of the players? Like, are they peppering balls at you? You're like, yo, I got to get a point. You know what I mean?
No, everything. So one, from the level of training, every day you're on it. Like there is no days off. There is no, you can lose in a 5-a-side. Nothing is like losing is not accepted. Or was not accepted with obviously the owner Roman being there, that culture, that football
very serious
club.
Man.
Very serious man, very serious club. You have to win. Serial winners. So that was massive. Just a jump in training, the expectation on games.
Okay.
You know, we could still lose 3 in a row, and no, but as long as you stay in the Premier League, no one will ask you any questions. Like we lost a couple games, especially that first year with Mourinho. Like it's crisis. Like the world, you feel like the world's gonna
Yeah.
It's really just a different level of expectation. And then I think the reach of the club. You're in the news every day. All of Daily Mail, Sky Sports, everything is talked about. Chelsea, the clicks, your life, your personal life starts getting.
Yeah. So did you feel like you had to play football and behave yourself? Because I think in that level, you just gotta go home. You can't even go out anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you lost the game. We're not going out for dinner.
Yeah,
We're not going out for
spots
dinner.
you.
I'm not going to be there. I'm canceling. It's your whole life. You live in your own little bubble. So just everything about that move was just so big and so different to what I was used to before.
This first section is called Most Impressive Golden Boot. Yeah. So we're gonna look through different Golden Boot seasons, and then who had the most impressive. Give your arguments, and then Nieve will select the winner.
Okay.
You don't mind if I call you by your first name, right, Ref? If it's Ref, just let me know. I don't want no trouble. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start. I think there's 4 challengers. Yeah, I think the one I have to go with Suarez.
2013, 2014.
I have to go Suarez 2013. If I'm just thinking of an individual season of a man
On a mission.
on a mission. First of all, he was banned. We won't say
Yeah.
but he was banned 6 games. So that means 6 games of the season, he's not playing. He also doesn't take penalties. And 31 goals. Norwich, Norwich.
Norwich got nightmares. Oh my God.
I went Norwich the other day.
Norwich get a nice assist for this.
Yeah. I went Norwich the other day. You can tell that they're still affected by Suarez. If I shout Suarez, everyone hides. You feel
John
me?
Ruddy was the one.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that one is a serious season. That's my pick.
For me, it's either Luis Suarez, 2013, 2014, because for some of the reasons that you mentioned and the fact that just watching that with the team that we had and what he was doing, Jordan Henderson looked like an absolute player when he was playing.
Yeah.
By the way, Sturridge looked like an absolute. He was a player.
SAS, isn't it?
Yeah,
SAS,
exactly that. But then there's also for me Mo Salah. No bias again.
Have you got any non-Liverpool?
He hasn't.
I'll come to that. Don't worry.
Non-Liverpool, I guess obviously Haaland is very impressive. But the range of the goals, right? Haaland, of course, you have to be in the positions to score those goals. But I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 that he scored from outside the box. When I mentioned Suarez, like he's scoring head from out. He scored from his head from outside the box that season. Actually, I forgot who he was against. He's scoring bicycles. He's bringing it down from 500 yards in the air. You know what I'm trying to say?
He's the greatest. I think he's the greatest all-round striker the Premier League's ever seen. So
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez.
I think so.
Well,
we got Asmir here though. We got
Asmir here. As a keeper
That's a
playing
big
against these
statement.
guys, who you going with? Golden Boot season.
So, I'm not anti-Liverpool and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go with Harry Kane.
Wow.
He had the worst supporting cast out of all.
Supporting cast is crazy.
Supporting guards is a crazy way to say it. But
I hear it though.
Let's be honest.
It makes sense.
Worst
But he
team.
had Son though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did have some, but who else?
Yeah, okay. I'm not even going to name the name.
He wasn't competing like Liverpool competing for the Premier League. You have Gerrard, you have Sterling, you have Sturridge, all these sort of players.
That
giving you-
Yeah.
Like I thought Harry Kane was on his prolificness and in his finishing, the amount of chances that he converted, it probably shouldn't have been goals.
Yeah.
I know it took penalties, so that's one
Yeah.
thing. But the way how prolific he was, for me, I think he's the best one.
You know, with Harry Kane, yeah, his thing is, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
I don't care what you lot are doing.
Because to be honest, like even in 2017, 2018 season, he was competing with Suarez. No, sorry, not Suarez. Sorry, Salah.
Yeah.
And when the goals that he was scoring, I was like, oh my God! Like he's probably top 3 best finishers. Like how he finished.
Yeah, how he
technically.
finishes it technically. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm being fair in it. I'm gonna give my answer to you. You can have Suarez because there's a guy we haven't mentioned that I think is actually criminal that we haven't mentioned him.
Okay.
And it's 08 Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And
fair enough.
Ronaldo, out of the list, the only guy to have won the Ballon d'Or that year. 08, yeah. Ref, you want to check it? Just
Fact, you got fact.
No, but I still think I'll go back to mine. Supporting
so-
cast Man United's
their support. No,
like
ridiculous.
No,
He has the best support. He got everybody behind.
Yeah,
He's the Jackson 5 behind him, basically.
yeah.
But I'm saying with Ronaldo, I just think Ronaldo as a player, I don't think there's been, out of all the players we've mentioned, there were other players clearly who are better than them in the world. And I think since even the Henry day, it was this player's playing and he is clearly the best player in the world. No one can get near him. They won the Champions League. He scored the goals and he wasn't a striker them days.
That's actually true.
He was a winger with stepovers and flair and taking on players.
Outrageous.
He was making Ashley Cole the best left back in the history of the Premier League, do the splits and all of that. So that was also the year he did the knuckleball free kick the first time. I'm sure the first game was against Portsmouth and he did the celebration.
I was on the bench for that game.
He was on the bench.
Yeah.
I'm glad he wasn't on the field.
We have to bring it up.
So my pick would be CR7 first Ballon d'Or year.
It's not a bad pick, to be fair.
But I want to know when you're playing against these guys, are there certain strikers where you're like they're just too hot in front of me? Like there's nothing I can really do. Like he's just finding the corner. Like Kane's just finding that corner, or whoever that you've played against.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think when you're playing against strikers at that level, it's so tough. You try and limit them, really. I don't think you can ever stop them. I think you try and limit them. Let someone else beat you. You know, listen, if you can keep it to 1 goal or something, you're doing okay. Because they get on a roll, especially CR7. If you look at Ronaldo, he's the best player I've ever played against, because there was a time around those years, there was nothing you can do to stop him.
Yeah.
You force him left, he goes left. You force him right, obviously he goes right. In the air, so strong. Free kicks, not a problem. Penalties, not a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, anything the guy can do. And that's why I like people like Harry Kane. It just drops him, it's a goal. And sometimes you can't. What do you do without? Sometimes they have such good quality that really, no matter what you do, if the ball falls to them in the right spot, it's
Did
a
you
goal.
feel that way about Didier Drogba as well? Because he scored all sorts of different
Types of goals,
Yeah.
but he didn't score that many. That's the only thing that
big ones.
Yeah. Big ones, yeah.
If you talk about Didier as a goal scorer, of course, but Didier was more than a goal scorer.
Scorer, yeah.
He was a physical presence.
Frightening.
Yeah.
He was the one that linked play. You know, the likes of a Lampard, all those players, the Robins, the Duffs back in the day.
Duff, wow.
They profited more because he was occupying sometimes two defenders at a time.
Yeah.
And they were making the most out of that space.
I think I have to agree with Luis Suarez. So,
Oh.
I mean, well done to you. Well done to Andrew for gifting Luis Suarez to Moses.
I mean, I was always going to go for it anyway, but...
Player of the round.
No, but surely that should be me because I've gifted.
Listen, why are you arguing, though? Why are you
Ref,
arguing?
I just want to say my point because, like, man's gave him a.
Don't let him talk to you
You
like
know,
that,
I'm
by the
basically
way.
doing Pep. I gave you Zinchenko.
Don't let him talk to
I
you like
gave
that,
you
ref.
Arteta. I gave him something because my team was serious as well. Come on,
Don't let him talk to you.
Ref,
That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Ref, I think that's just a bit wrong.
You're just lucky that you're not getting a yellow card, Andrew, to be honest with you.
Personally, I wouldn't take it.
Moses is the player of the round, Luis
Thank you very
Suarez,
much.
because
Okay,
I don't think we saw anything.
I'll give you.
Okay, cool. So you agree with Suarez as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Next section is called Knock It Off. So this is something in the modern game that if you had the power today, it's gone. I know what mine is. But Asmir, we're going to start with you as our, distinguished guest.
Am I not distinguished?
No, you're just a guest.
Fair enough. I'll take it. I'll take
harsh.
it. It's very harsh. I'll take it, though. It's fine.
Obviously, I think there has to be a way of keeping VR, but also eliminating VR. It's like a bit of a half and half answer, but I understand technology, goal line technology is great. I think there has to be VR where it's just so black and white. It's easier for referees because right now they have so many things going on. It's too much on their plate. They're worrying about the color of socks, the color of under socks, the color of tape, and then they're worrying about goals, decisions, which is offside. I think for me, that's something that we have to address VAR. I wouldn't bosh it completely.
The whole point with VAR is it's to guide the referee, but never to make the decision. But if the VAR who gets to see it on the television screen, and instead of it being VAR, if it's clear and obvious, they'll send the referee to the monitor. If instead they changed it so if you've got that wrong, actually that's a foul, that's a penalty, we're going to communicate that to you. As a player on the pitch, would the players accept if the referee on the pitch wasn't the only person, if it sped up the process? So if the referee said to you that the VAR has said this is a penalty, so we're now giving this a penalty, or would the players be like, no, only you, the referee on the pitch, can make that call?
But you accept it as long as it's the right decision in any way, and as long as it's quick, it's efficient. I just think we have too long of delays. I think it kills the flow of the game. It's too complicated. It's too many different layers.
Would you, even if it's the wrong decision, would you accept it more if it was just pure human error?
Yes.
But because the technology on it and it still makes the wrong decision, is that why it's harder to take?
Really difficult to take. Yeah, because I mean, I played in the championship last year. There's no VR. Just get on with the game.
And it's fine,
It's
isn't
in
it?
over 46 games or 38 games. Usually these things have a way of ironing themselves out. I know it's never perfect, but you can live with it because it just keeps the flow of the game and there's a bit of a better balance to it. So I just think if you have 4 officials, 3 are doing something and 1 standing there, it's just absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That would be my answer. I would make 2.
2 refs.
I like that.
When you say 2 refs, you mean 2 guys running around, yeah? I like that.
NFL stuff.
Okay, cool. What about you, Moses?
not?
What are you making less of in the game?
I want to get rid of indirect free kicks.
Wow.
I don't get
I can't remember the last time I've seen it in that.
I don't get why. Like, if you pass the ball back to the goalkeeper, obviously it's a back pass, indirect free kick. But I don't get why. Of course, you don't see it as often in football.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see goalkeepers exploit the indirect free kick rule more? So there was an incident I saw where there was a pass back and the goalkeeper realistically maybe could have gone to save it, but it would lead to an indirect free kick, and the hesitation actually led to an own goal. So I wonder if, like, I know
Tactically.
you're in that sort of intensity environment, so you don't get to think about this probably, but as a goalkeeper, like, you'd rather have an indirect free kick against you than an own goal.
You'd rather save the goal with your hand and just make an indirect free kick rather than let it go in, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, you'd always rather. Why does it have to be indirect as well if it's a back pass? Why not direct?
Why not? That's what I'm thinking. So like, it's a
I never knew why like it
you
has
get
to
off scot free essentially.
But I-
Basically, yeah. But I like that. No indirect free kicks.
See, I'm thinking outside the box. I have to bring something different.
Thinking outside the box. I like
pod.
that. I think mine will be, it's like a weird one, but I would let players celebrate the way they want to.
Oh, taking off the shirt and that.
So taking off the shirt, jumping in the fans. If you want to mock the opposition, everything
Hear
counts.
it.
We playing the game.
I like that.
You get me? And I've scored the goal. Let me do my thing. As long as it's not like outrageously offensive,
Yeah.
like, you get me?
Yeah.
If I want to take off my top and do woo woo in front of Pep, let me do it. You get me? You making my life difficult. Do you understand?
actually do like that.
The thing of taking off there's so many like great moments in football where like you associate with a passionate celebration, like Aguero ripping off it. The fact that Aguero scored that goal gave so much joy to football fans, and you gave him a yellow. You
afterwards,
should
yeah,
be ashamed of
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
You feel me?
Letter of the law. I like
also,
that, by the way.
Also, like celebrating with fans, like you know how much it means to the fans scoring, especially like away goals. Away goals. You slap one in the top corner. You right in front of your fans. Go and grab them. That's my
I
one.
agree.
I'll give you that. I think the shirt one is unbelievable. Point.
Unbelievable, by the way.
Because you get the same punishment. Sometimes you step on somebody and break someone's leg with a tackle. It's a yellow. I know it's mistimed challenge,
Yeah.
which I know nobody wants to do. And then taking off a shirt. How can it be
It's
the
the
same?
same.
How can it be the same thing?
Same thing.
It don't make no
The
sense.
crowd one's tough.
Wow, yeah, go on.
Because you have kids and you have people in wheelchairs.
Oh, yeah.
So
when
you're
it's
saying it
close,
could be
it's-
dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
I would do discounted access to games for local supporters to try and bring back a little bit more atmosphere. So, you know, you've got like the iconic stands in stadiums like the Kop, Gallagate, Stretford End. I would be wanting to bring
Bring
back
up
the
the
atmosphere
energy.
there and try and promote that and bring back this terrace environment. Because one of my favourite things about football and terraces is you've got old men and youngsters in the same, you know, standing
Yeah.
side by side.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'd love to see. I think I'm going to go with Andrew for the win.
I'm not even debating that, to
I
be
love
fair.
that. The idea.
Thank you, man. I can't lie. When you said the double ref, I thought
Double
it was
ref-
over.
to be fair, double ref, I was like, okay.
I thought it was
That's
over.
Everyone's nice.
I thought it was over. So I got one, yeah?
Yeah, that round goes to Andrew.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
I'm
man.
just saying that the streets feel justified. Next section is ref rules, yeah? So basically what happens is that we got a real ref to play in a scenario that might not typically happen in the Premier League, but maybe a lot in Sunday League. And then basically we have to decide what we would do if we were the refs in that situation. Now, it's not like necessarily what the right thing to do is, because they will give us what the right thing to do is, but it's what you would do and why you would do it. And if the justification is good enough, you can win the round.
Okay.
Yeah. So as ref, you're gonna take over this and let us know what's happening.
Yep, we've got a question from Jared Gillett, and you've just got to say what you would do in this situation.
Direct from kickoff, the ball is passed to their own goalkeeper. The goalkeeper misses the ball completely, and the ball goes into their goal. Does the goal stand?
If I pass you the ball from the halfway line and you miss kick it, the goal has to stand because you're an idiot. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What if it took a little bounce off?
No. Where you playing in the Prem?
Paul Robinson was it.
That's what I'm saying. The goal must stand.
So when I put on my referee hat, because, you know, I wanted to put on the colours today as well, kind of. Because it's from kickoff, right? It's got to be a corner.
You're taking the free.
Yeah,
kick.
yeah.
Of course I am.
Trying to, like,
Yeah,
Of course I
you're
am.
just trying to add things
But here
together.
what I'm saying, because I did my badges, right?
What badges have you got?
Huh?
Peter badge.
Where are these badges coming from?
A blue Peter badge.
Peter badge.
No, but like, if it's obviously, I think if it's not from kickoff, then it's a goal. But because it's from kickoff, I think there's something that changes there.
Technicality.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would have heard that because you know when we had to roll the ball forward first, but now you can just pass it direct. So
Yeah.
I don't see how it's not a goal. Keeper, obviously the keeper. You should. Do you know this?
Listen, I'm part of the union. I love defending goalkeepers, and I will defend them most times. But no, if it's passed back and goes in, it's a goal, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, how hard are you passing the ball
Yeah,
back?
that's what I'm saying.
Why
Bro,
would
he's
you
absolutely
pass it
whacked
that
it.
far?
yeah, normally you get it set like we do it
Yeah.
at Everton. Just go first time.
Yeah, okay. I like that. Anyway, we're going to find out what we would do after the break. Yes, welcome back, guys. Now, I'm here with Moses. I'm here with Asmir. Now, before the break, we just tried to figure out what we would do if from kickoff a pass back goes all the way to the keeper, he kicks it or misses it completely and it goes straight in. What should the ref do? Should the goal stand? Now, we all agreed that the goal should stand because the keeper's probably...
I didn't agree that.
You didn't agree. You said, oh, yeah, you said corner, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you said corner. Now, ref, take us away. We heard from Jared. Let's see what he's saying.
Yeah, does the goal stand?
No. The ball is in play when it is kicked and clearly moves. However, as the ball has directly entered the kicker's goal, a corner kick is awarded.
I mean,
Right, what was the question?
So the question was...
Yeah, it's like
The question was...
from kickoff.
From kickoff, does the goal stand if it kicks it straight in, basically? Because if I kick it from kickoff and the keeper misses it, I've kicked it straight in my goal. So does the goal stand?
But one thing to note is that it doesn't touch anyone.
yeah, it doesn't touch any. It's direct.
but if it touches the goalie on the way in,
Then it's an own goal.
It's in play.
it's
Yeah,
an own goal. But what if? So, but the ball has to go back from kickoff, right?
yeah. You know the ball can go anywhere.
Yeah, he can.
So even if I scored straight over the lob the other goalie,
Does that count? You know,
No, because you can't go past the halfway line, can you?
I love the way everyone's looking at me right now.
because you got it right. You got it right. But you guessed.
You can't score straight away from kickoff
No matter
to the
what.
other. Yeah, you
Without
have
a
to, you still have to roll it. Yeah.
You still have to pass.
Like you're
Yeah.
a new referee.
has to be.
I told you I got the colours on today.
Do you know what's mad? I don't like, basically, you know in maths, yeah, where you get the answer right, but you get more answers for your workings out. He got the answer right, but he got no points because that was just pure guess.
No, but I told you my points. Yeah, I
Kick
told you.
rule.
Yeah.
Our point from earlier has been confirmed. Too many rules.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just
True.
ridiculous.
If it goes
Too
in,
many
it's a goal.
rules.
Okay, ref, what we saying? Play it around.
Oh, has to be Moses. We can all agree on that. He got the answer right. He had a reason for getting the answer right. That is one of the best rounds.
I feel like just
that's
because you're
ever
dressed.
been done.
This is one of the rest rounds. Okay, cool. I like that. Moses, well
Thank you very
done,
much,
man.
by the way. I appreciate that.
Cool. I can't lie. The luck on the. I might have to start wearing that top because there's something in it. Okay. So this next one, we've got a keeper in it, so we have to talk about the greatest goalkeeper in the Premier League of all time, innit? So, I want to start with you.
Yeah,
You go.
That's
Like,
set the pace.
Yeah,
Set
as
the
a
pace.
keeper, what other keeper? Because I feel like every sports person at that level is mad competitive, innit? So you probably think you're the best. But as a keeper, who did you go, rah, that guy's serious?
Yeah, I mean, oh god, the list is pretty big. I mean, let's be honest. I think the Premier League being the best league in the world, best goalkeepers, so many good goalkeepers around over the years. My choice would be Petruzziello. He was the best all-around goalkeeper. Obviously, his defensive record, his appearances, his trophies, everything is right up there with the best of them. And I think the way, even the smaller things that maybe people don't know is his cross-taking, his positioning, the way he helped his defenders, and just play the game, so reliable, played so many games. Injury record besides his head injury was fantastic. So for me, Petruzziello was number one. Honorable mentions, the likes of David De Gea.
David De Gea, I can't lie. I feel like in his later years at United, he was disrespected.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
quality
very
though.
good. And again, for me, I played the game a long time. What do most professionals really value about other professionals is the longevity. Someone who does it for a long time. Not a good season, 2 good seasons, it's about doing it for many, many years. Someone like Petter who did it for 10 years plus at the highest level, he gets my vote as being the best.
So as a keeper, yeah, I think there's bad saves or there's bad keeping and there's keeping. I don't think like when I say a great save, yeah, for me in my head, the fact that the keeper can physically get there kind of shows that he should have got there. Am I wrong with that?
I would say you're wrong with that. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think there's two ends, right? There's obviously strikes that are unstoppable. You mentioned the Ronaldo free kick earlier.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's unstoppable.
Yeah.
So there are certain shots that are unstoppable, and there are certain shots that are just more routine than others. But you will see, and especially I always love seeing the strikers, the attackers' reaction, because you think, how has he saved that? Sometimes the goalkeeper will make saves that are not expected to be made, whether it's through his footwork, his positioning, obviously his own athleticism. I think there's definitely many things a goalkeeper, especially the best ones, do, where they prevent goals that are sure goals. The attacker thinks it's a goal, he's done enough, and then the goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's better times the attacker
makes a save.
slot one, he's doing this halfway through.
Especially deflections,
Do you
things
know-
like that as well.
When you're making a save, because something about Petruzziello you'd mentioned, I always thought it was so impressive where he directed the ball when he made saves as well. You know, where he planned.
Where
Are you
he's
in-
placing it, yeah.
In your head thinking when you make a save where you want to push that ball to, or it's first and foremost
Absolutely.
just save
Yeah,
it.
no, absolutely. You're talking about especially pairing the ball. It's an art, it's a skill, it's something we practice. It's very split-second decisions. So whether how you manipulate your hands, your wrists, to put the ball away from the edge, or sometimes you even parry it straight back into the attacker's line because he hasn't finished his action yet, so he can't react. So there's many different aspects to it, and he was one of the best. I think his parrying, his decision-making, and I think what makes Petruzziello actually really unique and someone I looked up to coming through. I know he's not that much older, but he does a lot with not much fuss. Not much fuss.
Calm. Yeah, so this is another thing I want to ask you.
Calm,
Why is it that when
composure.
keepers save, they start shouting? But you meant to save
It's an
it, bro.
adrenaline rush. It's an adrenaline rush. You do certain things. It's a bit of the aggression that you have to be a goalkeeper to put demand on your defenders.
I hear that.
Okay.
You have to have that personality, part of your personality. Whereas he was someone who just
Calm.
his job,
Yeah.
calm. You never noticed him. David De Gea was very similar. Some of the best ones, their composure, and I think the way they played the game, really, really impressive.
You're one of the few keepers that have actually scored.
Yeah.
And I think you had the record for like the longest distance scored in the Prem. I'm not sure who took it over. Obviously, ref. I'm just saying I'm not sure. So don't come for me. I'm just saying I'm not sure. But yeah, just talk to me about what you scored. That's
I did.
crazy.
Yeah. Very unexpected, I have to say.
Did you mean it? Did you mean it?
No, I didn't. No.
I would have lied through.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I'm an honest guy. I'm an honest guy.
Goalkeepers Union. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a great moment. And probably more something that I appreciate probably more now. I think that moment, I didn't know what to do with myself, to be honest. I never really pictured it that way. Happened so quickly, so early in the game, that I didn't really do much, didn't celebrate.
Yeah,
I'm a
in shock.
very calm guy in general, so I wouldn't show too much emotion. But something I appreciate now, because it's obviously part of history, one of six goalkeepers to ever do it in the Premier League.
So what do
It's a
you
very rare moment.
when a goalkeeper scores? Is the bonus crazy?
I didn't get a bonus.
Oh, no way.
Days.
No.
Honestly, I didn't even know, who
Nah,
thinks-
because
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because
yeah.
of the
Cheat, clearance
unlikelihood.
bonus.
Yeah, if I'm a keeper, because of the unlikelihood, I'll put my bonus 2 million.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
You can have that. Yeah.
Any goalkeepers watching this, make sure that
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
that inside your contract. Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Peter
Lesson
check's a
learned.
great answer. Okay, who you going with, bro?
So I would have gone with Petr Cech as well, because obviously.
So allow it.
No,
Be your own man for once.
But then obviously I can't not mention Schmeichel, David Seaman as well, two greats, but I can't talk about them with confidence.
Yeah,
I'm born in
understood. Yeah,
96. You know what I'm trying to
yeah,
say?
yeah.
But to compete, someone.
Ref, I think. Come on, I don't like him mentioning players he never really watched. That's just ridiculous.
We've got archive footage. We can retrospectively.
Thank you very much.
often.
Thank you very much, ref.
Fair.
But
Could be a booking that.
I just you see what I'm saying?
because where I'm gonna go now, sue me, innit? Alisson.
Wow,
And that's not because I'm a Liverpool. That's not because I'm a Liverpool fan.
So you
again.
pick Salah, you pick Suarez, you pick
It's going to pick Van
Alisson.
Dijk in a minute.
Yeah,
or something,
Van Dijk is got in goal as well. Yeah. So ref,
We've got.
bias, innit? That's one of our yellows.
I mean, I'd like to hear more about why Alisson,
Go on.
because Alisson's incredible.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Alisson is an incredible goalkeeper, as you've so rightly said, and it's not just the fact of goalkeeping. Much like Petr Cech, as you say, it was more than just the saves. He can do it with his feet. He can make a pass. It's something that he does. I don't know what the technique is, where he just literally has the ball, he throws up, and he kicks it.
Sidewinder.
But then he falls down when he's doing it. I'm like, he does that. I don't know how many assists he's got for Mo Salah doing that,
Top
but
goalkeeper.
you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's hard not to put him.
But body
up
of
there.
work, prolonged period, longevity.
I'll be real though. If
think-
Alisson spends 6-7 years in the
Well, if
Prem,
he spends 10 more years, maybe, yeah.
10 more years.
Yeah, 10 more you put it here. Do you know who my pick is? Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna go his rival. I'm gonna go Edison. The reason why,
Okay.
the reason why, is because I think he's one of the pivotal players that Pep came in that also created the Pep dynasty. Because and also the shocking of how Pep got rid of Joe Hart very, very quickly.
Mm. But he brought in Claudio Bravo.
Yeah, but that was because he couldn't get the man he really wanted. But the fact that he took Joe Hart out, and everyone was like, Joe Hart is a great keeper now. But the fact that he wanted that Edison type keeper that could play, like Edison, for real, League One, Edison could play centre mid.
I think so as well. I think he could play 6.
Yeah, he could play 6 in League One, and in Champ, he might play off the bench in the 8 role. He's in that 8, in the 8 role. I was watching a video of his assist the other day. Like some of his assists are just like the pings are just crazy, and he's a great keeper. And I just think he's so pivotal to the City style of play.
Me, though,
but it's too early. It's too early. And obviously, this round is going to Asmir.
It has to go to Asmir.
So this round going to. So I just thought I'd throw a name in.
Great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Probably the best ever in Premier League history. Best ever distributor of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Is there anyone else that can really?
Allison's very, very good.
Did no one mention Van der Sar by the way?
Van der Sar. I think Lehman's underrated as well.
Lehman is underrated.
Oh, there's so many honourable mentions.
Jussi Jääskeläinen.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I knew Nieve going to bring somebody from that era.
No, but actually,
Barkley.
Asmir talks about longevity. I think with goalkeepers, loyalty is a huge thing. When I think Shay Given as well, the loyalty he showed
Shay
to
Given,
Newcastle.
So we like Pickford.
Obviously, Jääskeläinen, Pickford. Because when you've got different managers, different styles, you want that one player to be consistent.
No, I heard that.
It's the number one trait, I think. If you ask most managers, what do you want from a goalkeeper? Consistency.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Petruzziello excels.
One thing I want to ask you before, because you're obviously played around. Yeah, so I just want to ask you.
Well, can I just say? I mean, you obviously have to.
No, you can't give me. You can't give me if it's true. You can't give me a yellow if it's true. You can't give me a yellow if it's true.
You are having a yellow. Andrew gets a yellow card.
That's ridiculous.
Taking my job.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, we know, innit?
He's the host.
We know. Before we wrap it up, I just want to know, like, what are like goalkeeper myths that you want to debunk that we just think this should never happen or this should always happen, that you just think that doesn't make no sense being a top keeper?
Yeah, so I think one of the myths we have to try and kill really is the near post myth.
Oh, controversy.
Both, yeah. Because I can't lie, when a keeper gets beat at the near post, I just go,
The first thing you hear about from anyone.
Yeah, it's very
he's near post.
lazy.
Bro, they could shoot the ball 150 miles an hour
Yep.
at 5 yards from the keeper. They'll say,
Can't be the post.
yeah.
No, but that's it. You know, I think it's a very lazy commentary sort of a goalkeeper analysis type of thing. Because if you look at the pace of a ball, if someone's 5-10 yards in front of you and the pace beats you, doesn't matter if it's near post, far post, any post, it's going to beat you. The only time really goalkeepers I think if you're going to give really constructive criticism is obviously when it goes through them. You know, we really work a lot on our 3-4 yard goal, our bubble as we call it, you know, to protect that bubble. If someone has to beat you, they have to do something magical, really quality finish. So
Does that include nutmegs though?
at times, obviously, if you're looking 3-4 yards away, there's only so much reaction time you have. So
when you're coaching upcoming goalkeepers, then, and we're talking like one-on-ones, are you actively discouraging this idea of don't get beat at the near post? Are you actively saying just close the angle regardless of where it is? Because a lot of pundits will. They'll be like,
that's the first thing you learn as a keeper. You don't get beat at your near. You're like, never played a goal.
Is that true?
Not true.
No, I mean it's not. We wouldn't teach the near post. It like I said, it doesn't really exist because you can then compensate near post and like get beat far post.
Yeah.
Near post. So I think there's so many intricacies in 1v1s. I won't bore you guys with all of them, but decision making is the biggest one. And I think it's all around goalkeeping. Whatever you do, decision making, do you go, do you stay? Because what we want as goalkeepers fundamentally is for a striker to beat us. If they're going to beat us, beat me.
Yeah.
I don't want to make up your mind. I don't want to make it easy. I don't want to make a decision for you. So if I can put a lot more pressure back on the attacker, make him think, maybe let my defenders influence a little bit more, pressure of the situation, maybe a bad touch, then maybe I've done my job. So that's what we talk about. Goalkeepers actually do their job sometimes without making a save.
Yeah.
Because of the decision making and how difficult they make it on a striker.
Who's got the most powerful shot where you just thought, this is long, like, man's putting my whole body at risk, just trying to block the ball, whether it was in training, whether it was in a game, like, who's that guy?
So there's one player that I played with, I'm going to say, and there's one player that I've watched play that I never played against, and I was like, oh God, I'm glad I never played against him.
Yeah.
So the player I played with was Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was pure
the
power.
The
Yeah.
power.
He was pure power. And the ball is past you before you know it. And really, it tests your reaction time. It tests your strength of your muscles and your wrists and whatever you need to make those saves. So he was the most powerful striker of the ball I ever played against, or played with. Sorry, the one I watched back a lot, and we talk about being near post, and he used to go near post top corner. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Really?
I wasn't expecting that.
Power foot, man.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
The way he struck, boom, the pace of that ball, the way how quickly that would beat a goalkeeper. The ball was past you before you know it, and we're only humans.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I'm glad I never faced
That's
that.
a great shot.
Yeah, Jimmy Floyd. Shout out Jimmy Floyd. Okay, ref. Who's the player of the round?
Well, obviously, it goes to Asmir Begovic.
Yeah, of course.
Asmir Begovic for sure.
Is that one? Have I got two?
2-1-1. But like, I got a yellow for stating the obvious.
You get deducted one now.
No. Just,
think you should.
It's just a blemish on my record. I've never had a clean record, man. Alright, next section. Toughest job in the Prem. So which managerial job is the toughest job? So if you're a new manager taking over any club in the Prem, which one are you saying no chance? And I come on.
Ipswich.
Wow, because you're thinking, yo, no matter, that's a sinking ship.
That's literally, you can lose your job within 5 games. That is, you're under pressure immediately. Because obviously, you've gone up to the Prem. You've done well in the Championship, by the way. Very, very well in the Championship. Everyone's like, yeah, we got promoted. Get to the Prem. But to be fair, Ipswich are doing well, though. Ish. No?
So you just recanted on your...
No, but still, I wouldn't want to take an Ipswich job because obviously, when you're a new manager coming into the Premier League and you haven't really got, like, I guess the Prem... like caliber, like yeah. So I wouldn't want to take that job. For me personally, I think it's the hardest job.
What are you saying, Asmir?
Well, I think the obvious answer would be a newly promoted side. I think when you look at the gulf between the Premier League and Championship now, it's probably bigger than ever. So it's very difficult for them to stay in the league. The records aren't in their favor, that's for sure. I think if the clubs are somewhat sensible, they give the manager the whole year and actually gives them a good platform to show themselves and really show their talent. A la Vincent Kompany, show what he can do, and now he gets to move to Bayern Munich. So I know it doesn't always work out that way, but I think that job should really be given a little bit more time.
Yeah.
I know that I'm at Everton right now, and I know the intricacies that have been around this club for the last 3 to 4 years. So I think that's got to be the hardest job.
That's a tough...
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
That's a tough job.
I think
It's
the
been a-
Because the expectation of them and what's actually happening, and the fans don't care, innit?
Yeah.
The fans don't care. Yo, we don't care what's happening. We want to be here. Do you get it?
So
I think
it's
the
really
club is
difficult.
really important to the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clubs like Everton, I think it's really important. But when they do get frustrated and angry, does that really hurt the players?
Yeah, it affects the players. I mean, we want to have success because the fans. We want to give success to the club, to the fans, everyone to enjoy everything together. So when it doesn't go our way, everyone feels it. But that's part of playing at a big club. You have to accept that pressure. Pressure is a privilege at times, and you want fans to care. You want them to be part of the football club, and not everyone can play these clubs and handle that expectation. So it's something that just comes part and parcel of playing a bit.
So quickly, before I give my answer, but that when you're at a club with like Everton, that they're saying takeover, that kind of stuff might be happening. As a player, you're like, yeah, come and get us.
Well, I think when you've been inside the walls and you think about what has happened and how fragile the club was and has been because of different things and going up and down and the rewards of it, you're just relieved, because there is the underlining for players. Again, it's not easy. There could be pay cuts, relegation, things can change, which is very difficult. But you really feel for the people at the club. Because relegation and things like that can happen. It means job cuts. It means people losing their jobs. Good, honest people, workers. So hopefully this brings a little bit more stability to to this football club and any other football club as well.
I love that. And is Sean Dash that guy?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's obviously a manager I've worked with now. Second time working with him. Someone who really focuses on the process. Tries to block out the outside nose. Focuses on the work. Really consistent with his work, with his approach. And I think now, correct me if I'm wrong, the longest or second longest manager under this current ownership, or I guess potentially under the previous ownership. So that tells you something. So I think his approach to the game and how consistent he is, is definitely the right man.
Yes, man. Now, I've got kind of two approaches here, yeah? If that's okay, ref. I would say, it's tough for a manager to go into a club where there's serious myths about a club not winning anything. So if I'm going into the Prem, I'm not managing Tottenham. Because...
Hang on, you're calling Tottenham a mid-table?
No. Yeah, see, this is what I mean.
I always said Crystal Palace for you, to be fair.
Yeah, Crystal Palace mid-table. I'll get to that later. But what I'm saying is, I would say someone like if you go into Tottenham, you already know you're facing the myth that you don't win, and you challenging to win. So already,
you're finished. Yeah.
You're finished.
Yeah.
Because you've got to break a curse. Forget Man City and Arsenal. You've got to beat a curse. And where's the curse coming from? What witch is put that on you have to find the witch first before you talk about tactics and formation. You have to find a witch.
They've had some quality managers.
They've had some quality and they've had Harry Kane. They've had Gareth Bale in his prime.
It's not just that they've not won a Premier League in all those years. Nothing.
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 How about teams like West Ham though as well? Like where David Moyes wins a European competition, gets sacked.
Yeah.
What's the man supposed to do?
What's that man supposed to do there? But I'm saying like Tottenham, I think they won a League Cup in 2008. But since that, in 2008, I was in year 8. You feel me? And you haven't won nothing. And they've had legendary players, Glenn Hoddle, they've had Gaza, they've had Bale, and then you've got to find a witch. If I'm a manager, I would say, find me the witch first, then I'll manage Tottenham. Yeah.
But Adam, would you ever be a manager, by the way? Would you ever look into management? Because I don't think I've ever seen like an
ex-keeper. Yeah.
Well, Lopetegui, probably the most wanted.
What year was that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a couple. You're right. The managers don't usually. Ex-goalkeepers don't become managers. There's obviously something going on there where you don't get the opportunity. Management for me is appealing in terms of I think I could be a leader of men. I could put a team together. I could help build a culture. But the way the game is and how cutthroat.
It's cutthroat.
Yeah.
I think being a manager is the hardest job in the world.
Really
it's the hardest job in the world. If a team is mid-table, and you got teams at the top, they're challenging for either the league or European places. So you've got maybe the top 8 teams going for that. Then you've got the bottom teams trying to stay alive. But in that mid-table place, is it hard for a manager to motivate the players where they're in a position where if they win, it don't really matter. If they lose, it don't really matter because there's no real jeopardy in the games day to day. Is that a harder thing to do? Or did you?
It is. Yeah. I mean, it is, especially as the season goes on. Once you've secured your safety status in the league, can't really do anything else. Can't go down, can't go up. Then it becomes very difficult. Then
bonus incentives though.
There's bonus incentives. There's individual pride. Especially some of you talk about these bigger clubs who think they should be higher and are stuck in mid-table. Now we're where are we going? When I was at Stoke and you were at 40, 50 points would be great. 55 would be unbelievable. So there was always motivation to set new records, push yourself, financial rewards, absolutely. Even individual rewards if you play well. Maybe one of the big boys comes for you. So there was always something to play for. I think the mid-table clubs, as you talk about, Tottenham, West Ham, and Newcastle in a way, there's a giant of football club, but it's really difficult to kind of hit that next level.
I think it all depends as well as how that club's run. Right now, I think Wolves is a really difficult club to be a manager of because Gary O'Neill said in an interview in the summer that they have asset-driven recruitment. So they sold Pedro Neto and they sold Max Kilman and got 100 million and didn't replace those players and instead went down the route of Pedro Lima and Rodrigo Gomez, these potential assets for the future. And as a manager, you're being left hung out to dry.
That Deserbi Brighton.
But they're at least the recruitment seems
it's
to
very,
be
very good.
Nice one, man. Rest, thanks for chiming in as well. That was if I could give you something, I would, but just props. Who's playing around, ref?
That's a good question. So was your answer Tottenham?
No, that was my answer. Not in the end.
Tottenham's your answer, and your answer was
Ipswich,
and your answer Everton.
No bias there, apparently.
No, to be honest though,
I'm gonna say.
it is because of that expectation, I think, and the way Everton go about it. I think that's a good shout. And we've got, it's not necessarily biased, we've got inside knowledge and insight there.
It's definitely biased.
So I think,
I wish I could tell you more, but
Yeah.
no, I think I have to go with Asmir as player of the
Hey, listen, guys. What I want to know, in the comments, what can I do? What can I do to get player of the round from Nieve? Just tell me, and I'll do it.
You've got one.
But it's not good. I should be clearing this, fam.
I think so.
Like, look at the argument I get. I brought the witch in.
But do you know what?
you shouldn't have given up your Luis Suarez argument earlier.
I'm going to give a second yellow card to Andrew for dissent.
See?
Because I think we all just
This is how I feel. I feel this is. I'm Arsenal, this man Oliver. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
No, we need a break from this. We need a break from this arguing with me. So that's 2 yellow cards to Andrew, which equals 1 red, which means 2 minutes of no Andrew.
It's an ice hockey thing, isn't it? Sin bin, get out of the sin bin.
I'm in control. Andrew tried to steal my job earlier, but now I've successfully stolen his.
Yep.
And for this round, we're talking about initiation songs.
Yeah.
I love music. What are your guys? What would be your go-to initiation song, Moses?
So when I first did an initiation song, when I was in Sweden, I sang "Stand By Me" by Ben E. King.
That's a good one.
It's a classic, you know what I'm trying to say?
I know.
I was trying to talk to you just then, but I just realised. Sorry, my bad.
I know you've got a bit of a voice on you.
Yeah.
Can you give us one line?
No. Couldn't.
I mean, to be fair, I'd give you a yellow card for saying no, but if someone asked me to do that, I would literally
It's tough.
call
Yeah,
this
it's tough.
moment.
And the cameras are rolling. My voice could break. But
Save it for a bigger occasion.
exactly that.
Yeah.
Not saying this is not a big occasion, but
Asmir, what about you?
So I've had to do it a couple of times throughout my career, and it's a classic. It's Wonderwall by Oasis.
Do you have to do the whole song, or do you get to stop? Because it's unbearable.
I
3
think like a
minutes,
minute.
right?
No, yeah, a good 30
Yeah.
seconds. 30 seconds depends. A couple clubs, it's just a bit awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like get up, get it over and done with. Actually, sang in Milan. I sang Bella Ciao.
Oh wow!
Bella
I had to get.
Bella.
I had my phone in Italian, and everyone got involved, and I was like, "Oh, this."
Because you probably carry on longer than 30 seconds. for
Yeah,
that one,
so everyone got involved.
Yeah,
so that was pretty good.
Mhm.
Sometimes, it's just like get up and get down.
Because you need everyone to get involved.
100%.
Yeah.
I think
It helps. It helps.
Yeah.
Another one for me is Valerie, Amy Winehouse. Wow, I was made aware that it wasn't actually her song.
Well, yeah,
but the way
it's in
she sang it.
fact the Zootons, but Amy made it around. Didn't
Yeah,
she?
100%. I think the songs that really get everyone going, as you say, are the ones that go. And I mean, if you look at, we've seen a few like decent initiations, like Tammy Abraham's one.
What did Tammy?
I think he sang "Let Me Love You." I keep looking at you. I'm so sorry, bro.
Wait, Let Me Love You.
I think he sang that. Yeah.
Andrew, who can come back in now? You said that would be yours.
Yeah, that's
right?
my thing. That's my thing. How does it go? You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need.
Okay, fair enough. You know what?
Might win this
Okay,
round.
you know what?
Win this round.
You know what? You know what? The fact that you went and started singing. Okay, fair enough.
No, man, that's a singable song. Everybody can get involved. Everyone knows a woman or a man or a lover that they want to let them love. I'm back.
How long are you cooking that for?
Yeah.
You're cooking that for ages.
Back.
isn't it?
I had all time to think about it. Ref played around.
Oh, do you know what? You made your comeback. You came in. You sung. You got Moses, who was reluctant to sing earlier. He's willing to sing here because he can hear you singing.
Yeah.
That was just great. Fair play, Andrew. You get played around.
That's quality.
Last minute equaliser. They tried to count me out, but they couldn't.
Wait,
Thank
are
you,
we
ref.
all like, tied up now? Is it?
Tied up, man. We're tied up now. Full time, guys. Honestly, great episode, man. Thank you so much for coming. Asmir, the knowledge. I can't lie. You should be a manager, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. Like,
Be a manager,
you.
and
Yeah.
hire me as I'll be the entertainment for the club. Yeah, but honestly, yeah,
Find
man.
the role.
Nah, for real. That was mad insightful.
I do want to say though, before we continue, like Asmir, I just want to say from 2017 to 2020, you were my ultimate team goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
8-3 rated,
Yeah.
honestly.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I might get you again
Appreciate you.
still in the classics.
So everybody has won 2 player of the rounds, but there can only be one winner of the entire thing. And I do think there'll be no complaints if I present that to Asmir Begovic.
Oh, okay. You know what? Okay.
The
The insights.
The insights were crazy.
Thank
The
you.
insights were crazy, man.
Oh, fair enough.
Happy
You
to
know
come back if you.
No, we need more.
Yeah,
we
no,
need more. We
100%.
need more.
100%.
Also, Asmir, I just want to if you're ever in town, I know you're still playing, but if you're ever in town, like my Sunday league team, Elton Palace, we kind of
Maybe I can do my management. practice.
yeah. But we need. Sometimes our keeper's a bit, So
You hit me up.
yeah.
You hit me
I
up.
need you to go. If we see if Asmir comes, fam, we'll never concede.
This is what I'm trying to say. How tall are you, by the way?
6'6".
Woo! I think you're bigger than the goal we played.
That helps.
yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Moses, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you for having me again.
Asmir, thank you again. It was incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Ref, good to have you back.
Thank you.
It's my heart is hurting.
But I think the ref did well.
The ref did well, but the ref has her favourites. That's what I'm saying.
Harsh
And-
but fair, I would say.
Harsh but fair. Harsh but fair. That's another episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to our guests Moses and Asmir. Incredible episode, and of course, Nieve the ref as always. Now, guys, remember you can catch us every single Wednesday. Find us on everywhere you get your podcasts on all platforms, and remember you can check out the visuals on the Sky Sports YouTube Premier League channel.